Welcome, everybody, to No Agendas. I'm your guy, Rashad Phillips. And right across from me is my co-host, Kendrick Big Perk. What's up, baby? How we looking today?
Hey, yo, the talk soon, baby. Sports Talk 2319, baby. Big Perk in the building, no agendas. What it's talking about? It's our time, baby. It's our time. You been seeing Mike Tyson? You been seeing Tyson and Holyfield like that? 53. Yep, there you go, yo. You got the right motion going on. Represent. Hey, I'm feeling good. I went and looked at my Dallas lineup today, man. I feel like, hey, we might be destined for a Super Bowl, baby.
Just like a true Cowboy fan, the optimism is always high.
Yes, sir.
At this time of year.
Yes, sir. You know what it is. All we gotta do is pay that. Pay that man his money so we don't have to be worried about that. He can play. You know, as an athlete, gotta play with a clear head, man.
Yeah.
Pay the man. Let's get it going. Come on, Jared. Come on, Steven. Let's get this rolling.
Give me that lettuce.
Get that football talk, boy. We got some topics to talk about today. We gotta have this discussion. God damn it.
You on fire today, man. I saw you. I've been watching the last couple of days, man. I appreciate the shout out on TV. Hey, you already know what it is. One brother to the next. You already know how I feel about that.
Double chest pump, god damn it. Hey, that's what people don't understand, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's earned. You earned that. You earned that through hard work, through your studying, through your grind, bro. Like, and it shouldn't go unnoticed. So, my whole thing about it is, you know what I'm saying, as brothers, man, we tend not to give each other flowers or recognize the real and want to pull us up so we all can have success. There's always so much hate. And I want you to succeed, but not as high as me. How about we succeed together on a high level? We don't have that, bro. We don't have that. That's why I know agendas. We on the same level. God damn it, we rocking.
That's what we do, man. We got each other back. Ain't none of that people causing friction and all that, man. We sucker free at the end of the day.
Straight up.
At the end of the day. Hey, let's get right into it. We ain't even gonna waste no games, man. Look, it's the elephant in the room, and today, Perk, you dethroned MJ as the GOAT in favor of LeBron James, and you've been pretty neutral, prior to this, but I believe I know why you kind of changed your tune. Was it that ESPN list, or like what kind of caused you to dethrone Michael Jordan, man? Like, I'm gonna let you talk.
When MJ was playing back in the day in the 90s, man, I was still a pup. You know what I'm saying? You talking about 11, 12-year-old middle school kid. I knew basketball, but I don't know it like I know it today, okay? Yeah. After your career over with, now I done transitioned into the media world. I look at it totally different. So as I've been watching these last episodes of The Last Dance, or this whole documentary, shall I say, of The Last Dance, I started to notice things. And, all of a sudden, like I said before, MJ and LeBron will be forever linked together. No matter how you want to sugarcoat it, it is what it is.
Right.
So, I'm watching, and the problem that I had was today, ESPN came out with a list.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the top 10 list, it was solid. I can't lie. It was solid. I have some disagreements in there that I think certain people should have been in there, but we'll get to that later. But when I looked at that number one spot, and when they said the ESPN experts, I thought of all the old heads. I thought of no disrespect, the Stephen A. Smiths, the Mike Wilburns, the Mike Grays, and all them that
old heads.
The old heads that are actually, kind of, I wouldn't say, but they're kind of biased towards MJ. One thing about a lot of old heads, man, they don't want to pass that torch down. You know what I'm saying? They always want to say, and it's just like when you go talk with your great uncles and your grandfather and them, they always say, boy, in my day, we was doing this. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But they don't understand it's a different day and age. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Back then, they were still having to go to payphones. And then, in our area, we had the pages and the
We,
beepers and
we had the beepers, man.
prime code cell phones. And nowadays, this generation, man, is iPhones. You know what I'm saying? Different technology, the evolution. And
Right.
so I'm looking, and I'm the whole time I'm watching The Last Dance. I'm comparing, contrast and comparing. I'm comparing. I'm seeing what's going on, and make no doubt about it. Michael Jordan, like I said before, he was like Disney World.
Yeah.
Okay, he brought a different flavor. Man, he made golf relevant to the African American community.
Yeah.
He did so much. He was him. He was him. But when I look at LeBron James, man, and I look at the body of work that LeBron James put in, not only over his 17-year NBA career, but I'm even going back to as a 16-year-old, okay?
Yeah.
He has been dominating for a long time. I'm talking about
That's true.
over 2 decades. And he came out with probably the highest expectations out of any athlete
Player ever.
I've ever seen, right? Yeah, period. And he's lived up to that and more. Okay. So I get to thinking, okay, I go down LeBron James' career stats. Man, the man is averaging 27 points a game for his career. He's averaging 7.5 assists for his career. He's averaging 7.5 rebounds for his career. And guess what, Yoda? He's shooting 50% for his career. And when you look at it, and I'm just speaking on numbers, I usually don't do this, but I'm going to give you the numbers first.
Yeah, yeah.
He's probably going to end up, say he don't get hurt, if Braun stays healthy, he's probably going to finish second or maybe even first all time for his NBA scoring on the NBA scoring list.
Mhm.
Guess what else he's going to do? He's going to finish top 5 all time in assists. And guess what else he's going to do on the back end? He's going to end his career with 10,000 plus rebounds. Now you think about that. Okay, now let's touch on some other things about LeBron James. LeBron James, he's played 17 years in the NBA. He's played 9 years. 9 of those years he's been to the finals. Forget the 3-6 record. I don't know if people understand how hard it is to win and even make it to the finals. I don't think people even understand how hard it is to make it to the playoffs.
People don't really understand that.
They don't understand that. So he's been to the he's spent over 50% of his NBA years in the finals.
Wow, I never looked at it like that.
Oh, okay. So think about that, right?
Wait a minute. Let me process that real quick.
Go ahead. Take your time.
So you basically just told me, and I gotta process this before you finish. You basically told me that half of LeBron's career he spent in the finals. Is that what you're telling me?
I said more. He's played 17. He's been to the finals 9 times. It's more than 50%.
Wow. Okay, keep going. That's unbelievable. I never even thought about that.
Okay. So on top of that, I give you one finals. 2017, LeBron James averaged 33 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists. Right? They got swept by Golden State, but he did his part. What else could he do? What you want him to do? Average 50, 20, and 20? No. He arguably played one of the best, and he did this on arguably one of the greatest teams of all time. KD, Steph, Clay, that team. But they got swept by them. So, and then I digs a little deeper. And now when we talked a couple weeks ago, we talked about, that killer mindset, and you blessed our game with that wonderful shark analogy, the great whites.
Yeah.
And you said LeBron is a tiger shark.
Yes.
I had to circle back. And here it is. I don't disagree I think I might have to disagree with you a little bit and put LeBron James in that great white conversation. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why, big bro. Let me tell you why. Let me try to convince you why I feel that way.
Okay.
Okay. You tell me if I'm right or wrong. LeBron James left the Cleveland Cavaliers, right?
Yep.
And going to Miami Heat.
Yep.
An owner of the Cavs by the name of Dan Gilbert wrote a letter, sent it out, the world seen it, and he killed LeBron.
Pretty nasty letter.
Yeah, he called him a Benedict Arnold.
Woo, traitor.
I mean, he went to the max. Not only was Braun getting his jerseys burnt by the city of Cleveland, but it was like he was talked about. His reputation was on the line. I mean, they killed him like no other. This is the way the Braun caught way more heat than what KD caught going to the Golden State Warriors.
I agree.
It's to me, it's apples and oranges.
I agree.
So when after Braun won those 2 rings, he bought it back. He says, you know what? Free agency coming up. As a man, I'm from Cleveland. I owe all Cleveland Cavalier fans, the city of Cleveland and the state of Ohio, a championship. And guess what Braun did? He says, you know what, Dan Gilbert, I'm not even about to see you. I'm about to sign back with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay. I'm about to go back and I'm about to go win a title. I'm about to go win a title for this organization, for my city, for my state. And he did that. And he did that in great fashion because that year that he won, guess what team he beat? The 73-9 Golden State Warriors.
Wasn't they down 3-1?
And hold on, that's the icing on the cake. They was down 3-1. They was down 3-1 and came back. The greatest comeback in NBA history in the finals. He came back and let me get that. Now, what kind of killer mindset do you have to have knowing that this owner just killed you, but I'm going to still come back and show you I could win with knowing how this owner feel about me? To me, that's a killer mindset in its own company. You see what I'm saying? We talk about great whites, that might be a killer whale. Because, see, what people don't know is I was in that circle. I wasn't on that team, but I was in there. LeBron James and Dan Gilbert wasn't speaking. They didn't have conversations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it wasn't no speaking. They was walking right by each other and, you know, hey, man, I don't mess with you. And there's things that's known not to be said, period. So by that, you know, I'm thinking to myself, I said, well, before I give you the floor, I thought about it. I said, okay, Jordan retired in his prime, okay, because of whatever reasons. In my opinion, I think it was because of the passing of his father. God rest his soul. That's the reasons that I think. Okay, no knock on MJ for retiring. But what if MJ would have retired and Cross or the owner of the Bulls would have wrote a letter about MJ like Dan Gilbert did about LeBron? Would MJ would have went back to the Bulls? Absolutely not. He still holding grudges to this day. So with that being said, I'm looking at LeBron James and his body of work, and I'm like, hold on, man. Let's not keep talking about these rings and these, 6-0 in championships because Bill Russell got 11 of them. You're not gonna put Bill Russell ahead of Jordan.
Okay? No, because he didn't play. He was in like an 8-team league. But
but I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, this is why I'm like, you know what? I'm looking at Braun, and you can't go wrong. So I won't knock a person. Like, if you want to roll with MJ, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Because like you always say, it's 1A, 1B to me. However you want to flip it. And that's just how I feel. In your words, I just had to address that like the numbers on the house.
Hey, you can't just be leaving us with the bars like that, bro. Like,
I'm just saying, hey, yo, I told you, man, before me on the conversation, I said, boy, I can't wait for no agendas. I'm ready for it. and it's action.
Hey,
You know how we doing it. It's time.
that's
It's time.
that's tough. Like I don't even have a comeback for that. Um, there's a lot to unpack there. LeBron has played half of his career in the finals, over half of his career in the finals. Sorry, over half his career in the finals. He had a killer whale moment of leaving Cleveland and really not really wanting to come back, but being a killer whale that you're saying, come back to Cleveland through all of that friction that was caused between Dan Gilbert and LeBron, to be able to overlook that situation, overcome that, come back from 3-1 down by one of the best teams ever assembled to win a championship. That's pretty tough.
Yeah. I just after the show, just sleep on that.
Yeah.
Sleep on that and think about that.
Let it marinate. I'm gonna let it marinate. LeBron James is, again, obviously top 3, top 1, 2, 3, however you want to chop this up. And for me, I've gained a tremendous amount of respect for LeBron as I got older. The older I got, the more I respected him. You know what I'm saying? Just for me personally, the older I got, I started to see the body of work, to really appreciate what he is. I actually like players, Perk, as they get older, because I like when great players have to face adversity, and adversity meaning their age or coming back from a injury. Like, I like the redemption story. So that Cleveland moment is one of the best moments in sports history, not just basketball, like in sports history. So you kind of changed it for me by breaking it down, and I had to realize, like, LeBron has done some great things, man. And I don't think we'll ever see another LeBron James. And I just don't think from 16 years old to whenever he's gonna be done, which I think he got 4 more years easily left. I don't think he's gonna retire until he becomes the all-time leading scorer. I don't think he walks off the court until he catches Kareem. I don't think he's gonna walk off the court until he catches it.
Let me put you in the hot seat with one question. No timer. Real quick, simple. In your eyes, who is the best all-around basketball player you ever saw?
Probably LeBron James. And
that just adds even more to
yeah.
that.
And I wanted to say Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
I want to say Magic Johnson, but this is no agendas.
Yeah. So you have to put your feelings and your personal likes aside and keep it 1,000. Like
I wanted to say Magic Johnson, but I can't. So it's LeBron James. So
hold on. Fake gap.
Next. So let's stay on it. Hey, let's stay on this list. And
I see. Look, when you get, I know you by now, man. I've been knowing you for over 6-7 months. When you get to doing this, it's something that bothers you, something that you've seen that was very disturbing. Hold on.
Yeah. So I looked at this. What the question is, let me get to the question so our listeners can see what the question is. What was the most disrespectful ranking on this list, in my opinion? So let me be completely honest. I didn't even look at the list like that. So let me address why I didn't look at the list. I mean, I looked at it, but I didn't study it like everybody else did. I glanced at the list, I looked at the top 10, and then I just kind of skimmed through the rest. And the reason I didn't really study the list is because I really like I really want to know who are all the sources when you're putting together these type of lists. Because anytime you put a list out that's going to be stir up controversy, which is fine in the sports world, I always want to know who's my source. Like, because I want to check my sources. I want to check their credibility. I want to check the criteria. Why? Who? What was your thought process? So I had more questions than I did of wanting to contest it. I had questions like, well, who and why, and give us some criteria on why these guys are lined up. So what bothered me, what really struck a chord, what made me say, you know what, I'm not even looking at this list after I saw this. So I haven't really looked at it after I skimmed through it, and I got to 31. And I saw Isaiah Thomas at 31, the greatest small man to ever touch a basketball, was ranked 31.
Yoda, you know what my great aunties and my grandmother and them used to tell us when somebody used to do something crazy or absurd? To those experts that did those rankings, God bless their hearts.
Man,
they don't know no better.
Man, they don't know not what they do.
It's straight up.
31?
So disrespectful in so many ways.
So here was my take on the Isaiah Thomas being 31. It's obvious that you allow The Last Dance to make you feel a certain way about Isaiah Thomas. And when you watching these type of shows and documentaries, the first thing you got to do is before you go on that channel and watch that documentary, the first thing you got to do is cleanse your soul. You got to cleanse your soul.
When you cleansing your soul, or you get that baptismal water from the church house, that good church house that only hold about 50 people. You get that. You ain't going to see. We get that good church house baptismal water. But these experts are getting that miracle water. That dude that come on at 4 in the morning.
He's wear the gloves.
That miracle water is what they get blessed with. We getting that good, wholesome. It's hot. We need the fans type. Baptism.
We won't. That's the kind of soul cleansing you got to do before you watch documentaries on great players, because you always got to take these documentaries with a grain of salt, because great players against other great players are still competitive. So Michael Jordan, arch nemesis, was not Magic Johnson. It wasn't Larry Bird. It wasn't Clyde Drexler. It was Isaiah Thomas. So you people at home, you people who rank Isaiah Thomas at 31, shame on you for spreading that weak gospel. Isaiah Thomas is the greatest little man to ever walk a basketball court. Champion in high school, national champion in college, NBA champion at the highest level, one of the best ball handlers ever, maybe the top 5 competitor ever. Great white shark. Isaiah Thomas, great white shark.
Facts.
Little great white shark.
That wasn't looking for seals. He was looking for surfers.
Great white shark.
Yeah, he was looking for surfers.
31, I just had a problem with it. Redo that. Next time you guys put out a list, give us some criterias. Put your name behind your work. I want to know who in the office, when they said Isaiah Thomas, 31. I want to know who raised their hand and approved that. How did that even make it past? Like, who signed off on that? Ridiculous. So that bothered me. John Stockton being ranked late bothered me. And then in the top 10, look, here's the top 10. I guess it was. I did pay attention to the top 10. It was Jordan, LeBron, Kareem. I'm okay with that. Bill Russell at 4, Magic at 5, Wilt 6, Larry Bird 7, Tim Duncan 8, Kobe 9, Shaq 10. Kobe and Bill Russell, I would switch them just off rip.
Preach.
I would switch Bill Russell and Kobe. I would put Kobe at 4 and Russell at 9.
I mean, you would change them like you trying to get out of a dirty shirt and go get a clean.
Yeah, like I'm exchanging that. It's almost like when you go to the store and you exchange something for there's no cost. It's just an exchange.
Yeah, straight up.
9 for 4. Just switch those seats there. That puts Kobe at 4, right before Magic. Magic stays at 5 for me. And I would probably Shaq at 10. That's fine. I'll live with that. But the Kobe, Bill Russell was the one that kind of bothered me in the top 10. Kobe is arguably, to me, I think Kobe's the greatest skilled basketball player that we've ever seen. Skill. So a lot of people were telling us, Perk, that
I'm just looking at the list. list.
Kobe is more skilled than Michael Jordan. And here's why Kobe is more skilled than Jordan. A lot of people, we got some pushback like, well, how is he more skilled than Jordan? Well, one word, evolution. When you study somebody in front of you, 9 times out of 10, you're going to do it better than them. It's like Michael Jordan himself said that Kobe will probably give me the problems in one-on-one because he stole all my moves and he's better at my moves than I am. So Kobe's more skilled than Michael Jordan, better handle, better flair off the dribble. You know, obviously the percentages aren't better, but the skill level is higher. It's okay. People get skill and productivity mixed up. They get it mixed up. There's a difference between producing and having skill.
Yeah,
totally different.
Yeah, but that's the people who don't know. That's the people who only, Monday through Friday, they're at work and doing other things, whatever. And then they think on the weekend, I'm going to just watch this game because it's happened to be the ESPN showcase. And what people don't understand is, and not to get off subject, I put out a list. And I had Kobe Bryant as my most skilled. Kobe Bryant mimicked who? Michael Jordan. And took it to another level, right? He mimicked Michael Jordan and added more. But I'm gonna give you a little bit more. I'm gonna give you a little bit more seasoning to that steak a little bit.
Yeah.
Not only did he mimic Michael Jordan, but who was the only player that Kobe paid that he started the trend to go work out with as a guard? Hakeem Olajuwon. So not only did he mimic Michael Jordan, I'm going to go down here in Houston, Texas, or I'm going to stay in LA and I'm about to hire Hakeem Olajuwon because I'm about to work on my footwork on the block. Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So I think you guys understand what we're getting at here. The skill level of Kobe Bryant, his career, what he was able to accomplish is why I'm okay with him being 4th greatest player ever and the number 1 skill player ever. Like that's never changing for me.
And it should.
It's not changing. Yeah.
It should.
So let's switch gears. Let's switch gears, and we're gonna get back to that. Let's switch gears real quick, Perk. Let's get into the college game real quick. Look, Zion's former marketing agent brought out some court documents indirectly stating that his family took money from Nike, Duke, Adidas, and the question is it naive to think that it's a surprise when an alleged top recruit receives benefits? So, like, kind of How do you feel about that whole entire story?
Listen, man, I have so many things I want to say about this situation. I'm about to address some of them, okay?
Okay.
Here's my thing. First thing first, this is you go to these big name schools and you get caught up in Coach K and you get caught up in Coach Calipari, but do they really give a damn about you as a person, as a human being, or do they see you as I'm getting this 5-star recruit who's going to come in and make my friend and make my organization, my Duke college team, take them to another level and win games and win me a championship, and for their own selfish reasons. Okay,
Yeah.
and here's why. And this should be a message to a lot of young college 5-star, 4-star recruits that think wisely about your decision on where you want to go to college. Go to a college where a coach has real love and concern about you as a man, as a human being, about what's going on. And to me, I kind of give partial blame to Coach K. He knew this kid had more pressure on him since LeBron James. He knew that Coach K should have established some type of resource
Program in place.
program resources in there to help this kid and help this kid family to deal with certain situations that was going to be coming his way. Because at the end of the day, Zion, myself, you, we all come from, again, the mud.
Right.
So the hardest thing in the world is, man, when we're coming from the mud and all of a sudden we go from the bottom to the top, our parents don't know no better. They came from the mud just like us.
Right.
So I can't even blame his parents. I can't blame Zion. All I can say to these young kids that's coming up, hey, man, reach out. Reach out. Zion, reach out to LeBron James and ask him for advice how to handle situations. Your parents don't know. Your family members don't know. They never lived it. You need to have people in your corner that are certified that's going to give you the right information, because there's nowhere in hell that this kid should be going through this right now. And he only played less than 25 games this year. Yeah. His career is just starting.
Yeah.
It's just starting. And that's what I always say. You gotta, man, you gotta cut those people out, man. You gotta do it. Hey, mom and dad, y'all be mom and dad. I'm gonna take care of you.
Right.
I'll just sit back. Let me hire these people that's been recommended to. I went through that. Yo, I was a guy that was drafted out of high school. You know, I went through a situation like that where certain people I can't talk about took advantage of me. But lucky I had a guy like Danny Ainge to help me and guide me and say, Perk, this ain't right. And we nipped it in the bud early. You know what I'm saying? But that's one takeaway that I have from that. If any, man, listen, you can love your mama. Don't stop loving your daddy. But at the end of the day, man, this is new to them, like it's new to us and new to those players. And like, I hope this is because where's Coach K right now? Is Coach K
at home in his $1 million home? What do you mean?
Yeah, looking for the next 5-star recruit.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? So now as youngsters, this raised a red flag. And I know that we've been on this show plenty of times talking about that, the G League and the professional leagues overseas is not gonna hurt the NCAA. But guess what? It might hurt them with this situation, because they might say, hey, forget that. If I got to deal with this with going to college and I'm a 4 or 5-star recruit and they got me projected to go in the draft and get drafted and make it to the NBA, I might as well go overseas, because I ain't got to worry about this turning professionally. Or I might as well go to the G League. So that's my whole conversation. I'm going to let you take the mic from here, but that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I look at it from a lot of different angles. And anytime this money situation comes up with these prospects and colleges, I try to look at it from every angle that I possibly can. It's like when you watching Monday Night Football and it's the instant replay and they show it from every different angle so you can look. And I kind of do that when I'm really addressing these type of issues. The first thing I want to address is the marketing agent. Obviously, this is a planned attack. This is a premeditated smear campaign.
Preyed on people.
Yeah, on Zion's brand, and basically going to try to smear his name in the mud and make him look like his family and his people are not good people, which we know that's not true.
Thanks.
But it's something about these marketing agents that tag on to these kids, and these kids, as they get older by the day, they start to realize who's really in their corner and who's really not. You know, I had a long conversation today with Hall of Fame running back LeBron James. I was at his house this morning, and we had a meeting, a 2-hour meeting, just me and him, and we were talking about situations like this, how our kids come from these situations where these agents and marketing people know that they need certain backing to get through that 365 days of college.
Reach.
And they take advantage of our kids, and we as a culture needs to put something in place to try to help these kids, because this ain't the first story, and this won't be the last story in regards to what we're looking at with Zion. Now, this marketing agent, I don't know if it's a he or a she, but that's probably going to be their last client that they ever sign, first of all.
Oh, facts. Yeah, facts. It's done. It's done deal.
It's done. They'll never get another client. But when you look at it from the kid's standpoint, here, when you're coming from nothing and you know in your heart, when you're watching your mom and your dad and your close ones struggle, knowing that you have the ability to get them out of that struggle with pretty much a snap of your finger, you want to expedite that process. So you may take money, you may take gifts, because you're not taking the gifts out of greed. You're taking the gifts because you want to help your family at that particular time.
You're not taking gifts out of greed. You actually taking gifts out of need.
Oh, I like that. That's a bar. I like that.
That's facts. That's facts.
It is. You're not taking gifts out of greed. You're taking gifts out of need. And you got to always look at a kid's heart. I've never seen Zion on Snapchat flashing $100 bills, or you see what I'm saying? Like, so you understand if he didn't, regardless, if he did, I know why he took it. If he didn't, I know why he didn't take it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You have to understand the circumstances before you try to place these type of smear campaigns and throwing documents. This is just an old-fashioned sour grape breakup. This former agent is mad. Zion is worth millions now. Zion maybe recognized that I'm done with that. I'm breaking off the ties. Here's your $20,000 you loan me. Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
I'm done with it. It's almost like it's almost like a breakup, right? It's almost like when you break up.
Real talk.
When you break up with that female, or that female breaks up with the male, where somebody in a relationship don't want it to be over with.
Right. Facts. Preach.
And when you break up in that relationship, somebody is gonna say, no. I'm gonna smear your name then, since you don't want to be with me.
Right.
That's what we're looking at. This is a clear-cut, bitter breakup. This agent is mad that Zion broke up with him. So they're trying to run a public smear campaign. Thirdly, about the college. Let's talk about Duke now. I'll try to address 1, 2, 3.
Let's hear it. Give it to me.
So when you're looking at it from a college standpoint, a place like Duke, a place that's always been the high standard of college. Coach K is pretty much invincible when it comes to these situations. And anytime a kid is high level and goes to Duke, you have to understand that maybe certain things transpired that none of us can put a finger on. But a lot can be said about other high universities as well. So I say that to say this. Eventually, you're going to have to, NCAA is going to have to give universities budgets where they can spend budgets on kids, bro. I'm sorry.
That's it. That's fair. That's the perfect solution to the problem.
Like you're gonna have
no other way. Period.
I've been thinking about this forever, Perk, and that's like the only way that the solution I can come up with is start treating this like NBA free agency, bro.
Simple.
Because it's like when you got certain schools, that school should be able to use certain amount of budget to pay for kids to come in.
Right. No, facts.
I'm just looking for a solution, everybody out there that's listening to us. And this is just our solution. Use a salary cap each university $200,000, whatever. I'm just throwing out a number. And each school gets the same amount of money. Each school gets $200,000.
Because they got it. They got it.
You know they got it.
Come on, man. They got it.
So each school get $200,000 to use on recruits. And let's let everybody break bread. Yes, you know why I say that, Perk? Because they already doing it now.
Yes.
So just make it legal.
Make it legal. Make it legal. You're able to sign coaches to 10-year, $100 million deals. That's the problem I have. You're signing coaches, college coaches, to 10-year, $100 million deals. Man, come on, man. Come on, man.
So our final here's our final plea to people who are listening right now. Allow the colleges to have a salary cap of $200,000 per school. Allow them to allocate that money to the kids that they recruit. Everybody wins in this situation. There's a kid in Detroit, that family is struggling, that is worth $75,000. Bam, pay him. There's a kid out of Texas that needs that $50,000. Bam, pay him. There's a kid in Chicago that needs that $75,000. Pay him. Everybody wins.
Everybody wins. And don't say it's a kid, because more than 60% of those kids that are going to college, that are that are athletes, that are getting scholarships to go to those high major D1s, what's I saying? Guess where they come from?
The mud.
Come from nothing. And these colleges know that. These coaches know that. They know that when they do home visits. They know where these kids coming from, man. Like, stop playing with the game, man. Stop playing around.
Stop playing with the game, guys. So you heard it here on No Agendas. We have the solution. Put a salary cap on every university and break bread with the kids. Period. It's that simple. So let's move on, man. We're gonna get back to the Last Dance. Let's talk about MJ again. Obviously, last episode, it caused quite of a stir. Was how MJ communicated with his teammates. Like, a lot of people after the show were talking about, MJ's style of, talking to his teammates. So I'm gonna give you the floor here, and how do you feel about that? How MJ was going about his business, using some terms or whatever, and then I'll give my take because I got some stories about Michael Jordan. I'm not gonna tell them all, but I got some stories about MJ myself. But how do you feel about the communication in regards to his teammates?
I have no problem with it. And here's why. I grew up under that. My high school coaches, my grandfathers, that's how they talk to us. See, this is new breed. This is new generation. You can't talk to them like that. Oh man, they're going home crying to their mamas, and these are grown men crying to their ages crying to GMs, and all type of stuff. And shit, I didn't witness being on the Cavs. I didn't witness a coach yell at another player, get on them for missing an assignment. And man, he didn't went straight to the locker room, put on his clothes, and left the arena. I will not say his name, but I witnessed this. And we're talking about a coach. So you're talking about Michael Jordan, a guy that hated to lose, a guy that was the ultimate competitor, a guy that led by example.
Yeah.
You know how many times KG, Paul, Ray, Gary Payton cursed me out? But you know what? What can I tell them when they out there doing it themselves?
Right.
We watching them, the Bulls team, run those sprints.
Michael was one in front. He was in front.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of things that went unnoticed on The Last Dance was one thing. We looked at this Bull roster and that Bull culture, and guess what? Not one of them guys on that Bulls team was out of shape, chiseled, ripped up. That means their diet was on point. That means they lived in the weight room. That was their culture. And guess who it was led by? Mr. Ripped Up, bow-legged, shoes, walking in those J's. You know what I'm saying? It was MJ himself. He led by example. He wanted you to know that, hey, matter of fact, it was a test for him. Let me see if he's about that life. If he is, I'm able to go to war with him. And we're gonna be able to have success. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you can't have it. You can't have it. And I mean, that's what you need. But I blame a lot of it on today's NBA, the front offices.
Yeah.
Because they I just talked about culture, but that culture was different. You see what I'm saying? But nowadays, we got to develop a great culture, a good boy culture, a quiet boy culture. Check out the Bulls.
Right.
We got them nowhere. Boylan tried to come in with that high school penitentiary mindset. Man, that ain't happening. You know what I'm saying?
Them dudes wasn't even listening to him after 12 games.
How many people hit you up, Yoda, and ask you, hey man, okay, I love this kid, he's talented as hell, but how is he off the court? Like, why does that matter? Yeah. He ain't going out there and committing no mass murders or killing nobody or selling no drugs. Man, bring me somebody in here who's going to be able to hoop. And they may ruffle the feathers. You know what I'm saying? Dennis Rodman. Phil Jackson knew what Dennis Rodman meant to that team. Okay? I know Dennis Rodman got his issues outside of basketball, but I know one thing. When it's time for him to go to work on this basketball court and help me win games, he's going to bring it. And that's why I said that Phil Jackson is the greatest coach of all time. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's what I took from The Last Dance, that Michael Jordan led by example. So you had to follow. I don't give a damn if he was cursing out teammates or going to war. This is a guy that could have went to practice and said, I ain't practicing today. He didn't. He went to practice and competed like he was in the game.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear that. To me, that's the way it should be. And if you soft, that means if it's a guy that's going to complain about it, hell, I don't want to go to war with him anyway.
I was just about to say that.
Because when it gets tough, guess what? I know he going to fold.
He gonna fold like a lawn chair.
Go ahead.
So I didn't have any, I'm with you. I didn't have any problem with it at all. Maybe it's just our age. I don't know. Like, didn't bother me one bit. Honestly, I didn't even pay it any attention. It's just after you go on social media, you see people complaining about it. I'm like, I don't really like, So let me give you my personal experience. Look, man, in 2001, when I was training for the draft, my trainer was Tim Grover. I ended up moving to Chicago for 3 months in the summer. I had a condo. Right, my neighbor was actually Corey Maggette, Paul McPherson. Like, I was there in 2001 when Jordan was making his comeback for the Wizards. So I got a chance to train with Jordan for 3 months. I was there. Jamal Crawford was there. He could tell you I was there for 3 months. And I'm going to share this one story about MJ. I got like 50, but I'm going to share this one story. So I had never met Michael Jordan before. And I'm in a weight room. I got a 6 o'clock a.m. weight room with Tim Grover, 6 a.m. I get there like 5:45. I'm driving my Lexus truck at the time. I'm feeling good. I'm supposed to get drafted. You know what I'm saying? I get there, 6 o'clock. I'm in the weight room, right? And it's just me and Tim Grover. I was the first client at 6 o'clock, and he had like it on the hour, 7 o'clock, 8, and I was 6 o'clock. So I'm in there, I'm lifting, and and then this presence came over me as I'm lifting. And it was Jordan. So I look up, and he got on the shades, and he was walking past me, and he tapped me on the knee. "What's up, Shot?" And I looked around like, he just knew my name. Like, this was my first encounter with Michael Jordan. He tapped me on my knee and said, "What's up, Shot?" Swear on everything. And as that day went, Jordan was working out, and I got to watch and see how hard he worked. And I felt like, damn, I didn't work that hard. And he told me that day, he was like, "Shy, you on my team tonight when we running, dog. Me and you. You running with me tonight on my team." So I'm like, man, I went back to my condo, called my dad, like, "Dad, I'm playing with Jordan tonight." And my dad like, "You better have your ass ready when you playing with Jordan." We get to pick up that day. Later that day, we ran 2-a-days. I get there. Jamal Crawford's on my team. It's me, Jamal Crawford, Jordan, I think Sean Marion, and it was another young dude on our team. And Jordan kept telling me, "Shy, you better have your hands ready, damn it. Get your ass in shape. Get in the corner. Get here." That same type of, like, he was giving us that, but I took it as motivation. I didn't take it as an insult. Like, I was like, this is Michael Jordan telling me where I need to be so I can make plays. And he kept telling me, "Shy, have your damn hands ready." Every time he would post up, he would be yelling at me. I would be all the way in the corner. He'd be like, "Shy, have your damn hands ready." And then he'll shimmy and hang in the air and hit a jumper. As he's doing that, he's telling me what I need to be doing as he's hanging in the air. And that, to me, this was at 40. This was Jordan at 40. So imagine him at 28, 29, 30. And I was just blown away how much leadership he had. And it actually made me feel good that he was yelling at me, because he was yelling at me to be great. He wasn't yelling at me to demean me. When you look at social media, you see people saying, "I wouldn't let Jordan talk to me like that." Man, you're not no hooper, bruh. Do you know what it means to be on the floor with the greatest basketball player to ever live and get instruction from him? That's the way he leads. He leads by making you great. He pushes you to be great like him. That's what it is. Don't get caught up in the words. "Oh, he said the H word," or "he said the B word," or "he said," man, he wants you to be great. That's my one story on Michael Jordan, and I got 49 more.
Oh shit. You thought the computer? Hey, man, look. When I get stuck like that, I'm like, hold on, what? See, people don't understand. They take for granted these classic gems. Like, when you just told me you was about to drop a story, first of all, I'm like, damn, for real, Yoda, like, you got the hoop with MJ. He tapped you on your leg and said, "What's up, Shard?" And then on top of that, I'm over here low-key jealous and hating because I never got to share the court with Michael Jordan.
Wow.
Never, whether we was competing or not. So imagine, I'm trying to live that through you.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't know that.
Nah, I'm living like when you telling that story, bro. I'm trying to live that and visualize that in my head.
Yeah.
And and look how smart and ahead of the game it is. While he was saying that, guess what he was doing though? He was making the defense be honest.
Yeah.
With double. Sure, get your hands ready. Not only is he teaching and want you to be great, but he's saying, man, he might pass it. I can't go double.
Right. Because I can shoot. So and the funny thing about that though, Perk, look, man, I people, y'all can ask Jamal Crawford. It happened, and we won the entire day. And I don't think I missed a shot that day. The couple times Jordan hit me in the corner, I knocked down the shot. And Jordan was like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what every time I knocked it down, that's what I'm talking about. It was like, look, man, I went home and called my dad and was like, man, look, I just got done playing with Jordan. We won all day, and I shot about 80%. I didn't get a lot of shots. I think I took maybe 7 shots. I think I went like 6 for 8.
It don't matter.
8 shots. I went 6 for 8. And every time I hit, and when I missed them, yeah, I made them count. I knocked down shots. And MJ was basically, he had that, his voice to me wasn't derogatory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't derogatory. Like, he would be like, Shy, you got to get your ass in shape. He always told me that. You got to get your little ass in shape.
Bro, do you know what's crazy? Guess who grew up under Jordan? Chicago. Guess who? Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett. You know the whole thing with Isaiah Thomas discovering KG, bringing him to the gym. I don't even want to get into that story. If you don't know it, shame on you if you don't know that story. Okay? Yeah. But KG used to say the same thing to all of us when we used to be BSing. Come on, MFers. All right, y'all effing around.
Yeah.
You take no offense to that. What do you mean?
Yeah. Doesn't bother me at all. So to answer our question, like,
it was pure gold, brother.
Yeah, I heard all the. I actually lived through that when Jordan. I was on his team, and it wasn't just me. Like, he was directing all of us as he was. I've never seen anybody hang in the air that long on a fadeaway jump shot in my life. And every time he would score, seriously, Perk. Every time he would score, me and Crawford and Sean Marion would look at each other every time he would hit a fadeaway. Like, did you just see that? Like, it was, and Jordan knew that we was marveling at his game. That's why he was yelling at us like, Shy, stop watching me and get your damn hands ready.
Straight up.
Because I was being a tourist. I was over there like, and then I never dropped this pass. I didn't blow any assignments because Jordan had that magnetism about him that really kind of kept me. I was motivated to run through a wall for Jordan. So I don't have a problem with how he was communicating with his teammates. It's the NBA. People say, oh, well, these guys are getting paid millions of dollars and ain't nobody talking to me like that. Man, this is Michael Jordan. And that's not disrespect, man. That's just basketball talk, bro. It's just basketball motivation. Like, that's how Mike motivates you through certain cuss words, that's just how he does. Like,
that's him.
I ain't reading.
We don't have time. We don't have time for people to be wearing their feelings on their shoulder. Matter of fact, if you that type of man, stay away from me. I'm not that type of dude.
Yeah, that's just too much for me. So with The Last Dance this weekend being the last show, it's kind of like, man, where do we go from here as far as sports? Like, after The Last Dance ends, like, what do we do now? Like, the NBA coming back? What do we do from here?
Man, listen, yo, at first I was in a slump, But after hearing the owners want it back, the players want it back, I'm optimistic. This season is going to happen.
Really?
I told, yeah, man, it's going to happen. It's going to have closure. And once again, I told you this before, man. I got full belief in Adam Silver. Since he stepped in the office in day one, he hasn't steered us wrong and led us in the wrong direction, not one time. He's addressed every problem that needed to be addressed in the right manner.
Yeah.
Adam Silver is the best commissioner in sports. That's why the NFL tried to steal them from us. And goddamn it, I got all the faith in Adam Silver. He's becoming one of my favorite people in the whole NBA, and that's including players, because he's a players commissioner. Adam Silver is like, you know what? We're gonna, it's getting to the point where it's like, nah, it ain't no NBA and Players Association. No, the way he's handling it's almost like it's about to be one. And that's what I love about him. So I'm optimistic. I don't know when, I don't know how.
Yeah.
I feel really good that we might have closure here, Yoda. So that's all I gotta say.
So look, I noticed not really in the script, but
hold on, what's about to go on? Do I need to lean back?
Yeah, I gotta address something.
Okay, now I already see this coming. Let me get comfortable.
So
let me get all the way comfortable. Let me get comfortable, man.
So
let me stretch out a little bit, man. I gotta hear this. This like watching an episode of Bad Boys. I feel it. Go ahead, yo.
So I'm gonna address this for the last time. Like we're not gonna do a polygraph test today, everybody, because I
get the day off. Okay.
You get the day off polygraph because I gotta get this off my chest. Like this has been bothering me, and I haven't been able to sleep. And I really wanna put this Michael Jordan versus LeBron debate to rest for a very long time. And I'm gonna do it right here on No Agendas. I got to do this. So I want everybody to really listen up right here. And if you're in the barber, this is going to be for the barbershop talks for the next 10 years. The debates on social media. Like I want to put this to bed with LeBron and Michael Jordan for the final time right now on No Agendas.
Hey Yoda, guess what? I got my house slippers on. I just took them out, got my socks, and I know when I'm getting ready for that good entertainment, this is what my toes doing right now.
Come on, man.
Go ahead, though.
So here let me take a break. Hold on. So everybody, listen up. Every barbershop, every social media, I really want to put this Michael Jordan versus LeBron debate to rest for a very long time. And this is just my opinion, but I want to help both sides out here. It's time for somebody to be the voice of reason for both sides. Look, I think both Jordan and LeBron, I look at them as artists, like musical artists. And obviously, both different upbringings, but both led to greatness. Jordan and LeBron, to me, and this is my opinion, but I want to help everybody and share it. This is what helps me appreciate both LeBron and Jordan to the highest regard. They're like Michael Jackson and Prince. Two different artists, two different styles, two different approaches, but both are iconic. Let's start with LeBron James. When I look at LeBron, I see Prince. Multi-versatile, challenges the system at times, not afraid to do it his way, even changed his name while still maintaining his same persona, like LeBron changing teams and still being great. But from time to time, they're still dominant. Prince made his mark on the world at an early age, around 19 years old, and that was the same time when LeBron signed this $90 million deal. around 19 years old. And when you saw LeBron come into the league as a 19-year-old, he came into the league, he averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, using all of his instruments, and he dazzled the world, and he won Rookie of the Year. A lot like Prince, who put out his first album in 1978 called For You, where Prince wrote, produced, composed, and played all 27 instruments on his first album. A lot like LeBron, every instrument. And when I look at both of them, nobody does what they do with all of their instruments, LeBron and Prince. Appreciate LeBron now. Debate what you want, but just like Prince, the music will last forever. And that's how I look at LeBron James, as the Prince of the artists. When you look at Michael Jordan, let's talk about Michael Jordan. I believe Michael Jordan, to me, he's the Michael Jackson, the greatest entertainer to ever live, the most electric, the most fascinating artist of all time. Like Jordan, Michael Jackson is must-see TV. The human interactions that Michael Jackson has had has caused unexplainable. The fans, the hysteria, people fainting, his arrival, the unlimited security. The same can be said for Michael Jordan. As we watch The Last Dance, Michael Jackson has been immortalized, not only because his extraordinary gift to perform on the biggest stage, like Jordan, but both of them are undeniable. Michael Jordan's shoes grossed over $1 billion. Michael Jackson has sold over 750 million units. Both undeniable. Michael Jordan's rookie year was one for the record books, right? He brought a new flair to the game. Gold chains in the dunk contest, his own signature shoe, and fan appeal like no other. You look at Michael Jackson, his first solo album, Off the Wall, was an introduction to what the world over time, it turned into 10 million copies. Albums sold. They were flawless. Jordan, 6 championships, 0 losses. Jackson, flawless in his music. Over 800 million copies sold. Viewed on YouTube, flawless. Michael Jackson brought the signature glove with the glitter. Michael Jordan brought you the Concord 11s and went 72-10. What they both have in common is they've reinvented their crafts and have left a trail to those that follow in their footsteps to not only be great, but to be remembered.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna say this, man. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. Man, hey, listen, I almost got up and started dancing. Man, I remember how Granny used to dance when the preacher got this preaching that sermon, man. That there, look, you know what she used to say? We used to get in the car, she used to say, "Whoo, Pastor John spoke a beautiful sermon today." Yeah. What you just said right there, brother, that was beautiful. We need to sign off just right there, no agendas.
Y'all have a good day, no agendas.